And we are live. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Forever Sports. And it is England versus Australia as the Autumn Nation Series weekend keeps on getting bigger and bigger, really, as we build up towards the final match of the weekend, which will be the Box taking on Scotland. And England looking to bounce back after going down frustratingly to New Zealand a week ago, who then went on to beat Ireland, which would be a little bit of a trying to think of the right word. It would be a small sort of positive for England, the fact that Ireland also were able to beat them. But England, however, now need to really start pitching up and putting in some results. And it's pretty unchanging the side. And they're taking on Australian side, which there are quite a few changes, but you're starting to see a bit of a spine of a general sort of time. But a big debut today, and very interesting to watch out for Joseph Akuso Saoli. And he has been picked by Joe Schmidt outside centre. He has never played a professional rugby union match. Very interesting concept. 21-year-old Sua Lili. He's a rugby league player, basically, and he's been brought in by Joe Schmidt, and he previously played for the Sydney Roosters back in rugby league, and literally this is his first ever professional rugby union match, which is absolutely mental. The two teams coming out, so we'll go through the lines for just a little bit. I want you guys to let me know who you are supporting. There's a poll in the comments. Go and make sure you vote on that. And let me know if you have any score predictions or any sort of predictions for how this game might go. Let me know down in the comments. Let's go to the lineup, shall we? For Australia, well, let's start with England, shall we? It is again Jamie George, Will Stewart in the front row with Jamie George captaining the side. You think of Maury Toja, George Martin in the second row, Chandler Cunningham himself, Tom Currie, and Ben Earl. A very tried and tested now these days, loose shirt. Ben Spencer, Will Partner, Marcus Smith, Tommy Freedom, Emmanuel Ferrer-Bosa, George Fairbank, Henry Slade, Ollie Lawrence. It is an unchanged backline for England. Off the bench, it is Luke Cowan-Dickey, Finn Baxter, Dan Cole, Nick Isikwe, Dallas Donbrandt, Harry Randall, George Ford being back again despite his shaky performance last week, and then Ollie Slato in the number 23 jersey. For Australia in the front row, it's Angus Bell, Matt Fraser, Tania Tupou, Nick Frost, Jeremy Williams completing that tight five. Not a bad tight five. I think you need people to start stepping up. And something like a Jeremy Williams, for example, is 23 years old, youngster, needs to start coming through and showing, why he's being bad. Rob Valentini, probably the most consistent player in the Australian side. Fraser McGrath, on his day, can be absolutely world class. You've then got Harry Wilson captaining the side in the number 8 jersey. Jake Gordon, Will Partner, Noah Lolesio in the halfback pairing. Dylan Peach, Andrew Kellaway, Tom Wright in the back three. Watch out for Dylan Peach. Very talented player. Interesting to see him on the wing today. And then in the centres, Ned Ikata and Joseph Soali'i, who, as mentioned, is making his professional debut at Rugby Union in the number 30 jersey at international level. I don't think it's happened too many times, if we're brutally honest. And then off the bench for Joe Schmidt's men, it is Brandon Painga-Mosa, James Slipper, Alan Alatoa, Lakan Salakai Loto, Langi Gleeson, Tate McDermott, Ben Donson, and Max Jorgensen. So a bit of experience on the bench, especially the likes of James Slipper, Alan Alatoa. They bring on about 200 caps between them. So things are going badly. Those two can try and stabilize the game. Very important tour, this I feel, for Australia. This is their last tour before they'll be welcoming the British and Irish Lions next week. And this week we actually had quite a lot of build-up for the British and Irish Lions. We had the official Lions jersey announced. We've seen the Australian jersey announced as well. So we've got all the various different things happening. But the only thing that we're kind of worried about at the moment is the quality of opposition in the form of the Australian or the Wallaby side, which this year has not been particularly good. So an opportunity for them to make a bit of a statement tonight if they can go out and get a result, or at least put in a big performance, for example, push England to the edge. I just don't see how this Australian side are going to be anywhere near competitive against British and Irish Lions next year. They're not particularly competitive. They weren't massively competitive against most teams so far in the Rugby Championship. And although they had one good game against New Zealand, and you think about that British and Irish Lions side, you're talking about the best of the Irish, for example, best of England, best of Scotland. Throw in some Welsh players as well. There's some very good players that are on the radar for Andy Farrell to pick for the British and Irish Lions squad. Right, and got a couple of pre-match rituals going on before we then have the national anthems. And starting with the national anthems, we've got Australia first up. And Denny Martin saying, hi, I'll be watching from Freedendale, South Africa. I'm Jenny. Welcome, Jenny. Welcome to the Pratt. And Sean Farrell saying, surprise, normally there's the other way, union players going to league in Australia, 100%. And William Walters saying, Wallabies backing the Wallabies today. I mean, I'm trying to work out about actually giving Australia a chance here. And the reality is no, I'm not. I'm trying to work out about England actually putting a bet on the amount of points that I think England are probably going to score, which is quite a lot, I reckon. I don't see how. Look, the only way England lose this game is if they put out too much last week, basically, and they just can't bring themselves to lift themselves to the level of that they had last week. That's the only way they potentially lose this game. To be fair, I feel like it would be really, really good for World Rugby if Australia were to shock England and beat them, just because it sort of shows you there's a little bit of fight on the Australian side and that there's a bit of hope for it. I mean, I don't know how Joe Schmidt can even begin to get the side to be competitive before next year. I'd be very surprised. Sean O'Farrell saying the British and Irish Lions jersey is a bit of a letdown, in my opinion, not their best one. I quite like it, actually. I've always wanted one, to be fair. The long sleeve one's very, very nice. So I've got to get myself one of those items. As we've got God Save the King now, echoing around Twickenham, and then we will have kickoff. And after this match, it'll be Italy versus Argentina, by the way. Unfortunately, we won't be live for that game. But we will be live tomorrow for Scotland versus South Africa. The big one. The big one. Yeah, I mean, Joe Schmidt's had. I'm just trying to look at the side and trying to work out which players I think could be the difference. There are good players in this Australian side. I think that's what probably annoys maybe one of these fans the most. Is there's not like it's a bad side. It's not completely, all hope is lost type of vibes, because there is talent in this Australian side. You look at Tina Tupou on his day, world class. Fraser McWright's a good player. Harry Wilson's a great player. I think Angus Bowles a great player. So they've got good players. The problem is, I just don't think they've got enough good players. And I think at the moment, the players themselves, the top quality players, aren't really stepping up and being counted. And there he is, the man on the moment, Joseph Suaalii. Very, very interested to see how he goes today. I mean, I think it's a massive risk, but I suppose, high risk, high reward type of situation for Joe Schmidt. Throws him in the deep end and says, right, what's the worst that can happen? He has a bad game, and we go back to, like, trying what we've been trying anyway, the worst, and if something does go well, for example, then all of a sudden you can sit there going, hello, we've actually really, we found something here, and could be worth pursuing it, and maybe you could find a little mini star. So I think it's worth the risk, to be honest. I think that's the biggest thing with Australia at the moment, is the fact that they're so short on world-class players that they're desperate to try and find someone anywhere and anywhere, to be honest. But let's see how he goes. Very young player. As I said, never played this position. So we can't be too harsh either on his game. But we have kickoff as England go down the right-hand side. An early touch for one of the players I spoke about in Jamie Williams. And our first carry now for the captain, Harry Wilson, who has been a pretty good stalwart there in the number 8 jersey for Australia today. Right, back it goes to Alessio, who really wants to kick. Oh, I want to say look to run. Then decided to go to the boot. Doesn't find touch. Mark Smith goes inside, and this will be Manufacturer Bosa's first run of the game. Slightly off balance, and makes it quite easy to bring him down. Spencer now keeping in the forwards as Will Stewart gets his first carry of the day. Slightly isolated, almost landing in front of Fraser McGrath. Not the person you want to be landing in front of with the zero support. It is Genge now, as Australia will get their first test of this England attack. Ollie Lawrence. A bit of space on the left-hand side. It's good work that time by Henry Slade, just drifting. Now it's Ben Spencer. Moxby's got options over here. Furbank gets through one. Back on the inside to George Martin. Jamie Williams trying to get his hand on that. Mark Smith inside ball to Currie. Well read from Fraser McGrath, as well as Matt Faisler. But England maintain the ball. They're going to the 9th phase here, looking for options. They go to Ollie Lawrence. Show and go from him. Looking a little bit unimaginative on the attack of England. Now it is Genge looking to try and go over the advantage line. He will get over the advantage line. Very nice carry. Rob Bellantini battling to bring him down. Eventually does, and comes through, and it's lost almost forward. I think it's lost forward here. It has been lost forward. Very, very good work there. I think it's actually Tupou's come through. Realised that the ruck wasn't well set. Big counter ruck, and he's forced a knock-on from Henry Slade. So it's good work from Rob Valentini. But I suppose, not a bad opening pass to play from either side. England getting a bit of a hand on the ball and testing out their system, whilst Australia managing to withstand them. And literally, as soon as there was a half break, managing to force an area and a knock-on. And first scrum of the day. This should be an interesting battle. I rate Angus Bell as a scrummager. So I think you're going to have a bit of a go here. Question is, can his partner in Tanea Tupou get back to where he was? I think at the moment this season, a lot of criticism towards Tanea Tupou, saying that he's looking a little bit unconditioned. He's always been a big guy. He's always been remarkable for how big he was and yet how mobile he was. But I think a lot of people are saying at the moment he's just looking big and not particularly mobile. What's quite interesting, looking at the midfield over there, Ollie Lawrence has set up an inside centre defensively. So he's got Henry Slade outside of him, which is an interesting decision to make, especially given the fact that they don't know a lot of information about the likes of Joseph Suali, who's yet to touch the ball yet, and then they're set up quite close to the scrum here of Australia. Jake Gordon will feed. Pretty solid scrum there. And Alessio, very quick to the boot, looking to try and find touch. It does bounce into touch. A good touch fight in the end, actually, from Alessio. Back inside England territory. So it's a nice clearance from Australia. I'll be quite happy with that. Solid set piece. Small wins. Whenever you're on a bit of a bad run, whenever you're struggling, you've got to go back to the basics. You've got to go and try and find the small things you can do right to just keep yourself in the game and start improving. After that, you can start looking at being a bit more expansive, but get the basics right. Fix your set piece. Make sure your set piece is relatively solid. You've got a solid set piece that becomes such a good base for everything else. George Martin goes up. Decent challenge there, and Currie pops it up to Ben Earl, who will always top the carry stats the way that Borthwick plays. Mario Toje. I thought he was very good in the mid-year series against New Zealand. Started to look a bit like the Mario Toje of old. Mark Smith looking to try and dab the ball through. Fraser McGrath trying to get out there, but pops it up to Ollie Lawrence. Ollie Lawrence! Bracely brought down by Fraser McGrath. England into the 22. Ben Spencer, quick ball here. Goes to Currie. Currie to George. George pops it up to Genge. Genge pops it up to Currie. Once again, the hands here. Favour Bosa. Ben Earl goes and oh my goodness, what a try that is. That might just be the try of the weekend. The handling there, absolutely superb from England. The offload, keeping the ball. I mean, I think Currie was in there twice over here. I mean, it's a nice little grabber through that, just well weighted for Marcus Smith. And 3 Wallabies players conversion, but it just pops up for Ollie Lawrence absolutely perfectly. And after that, they're just literally just popping down the right side, drawing pass, keeping the ball alive, drawing the players in, finding a bit of space there, boom. Pass here, George hits the hit, pops up. One other one hits the hit, pops up. Ferry Bose comes inside, 2-on-1 situation, and you're never going to stop Chandler Cunningham himself from 3-4 meters out. Desperately trying to scramble the other Australians, but it's just a numbers game at the end of the day. And Steve Borthwick will be very, very happy with what he's seen in that first try. Right, on that note, I'm going to actually crack a beer. It's Saturday after all. Ah, what a sound. The kick, by the way, from Marcus Smith, it was not good, so it remains 5-0. And Tupou wasn't quite expecting the ball there, but Australia do manage to hang on to the ball. They've actually receded back after the kickoff. So done very well there, Australia. Now Tupou needs to see a big game from him. He's such a cool player to watch. Alessio goes to Harry Wilson. Just very, very flat and very stationary at the moment. Australia. Yeah, it's not a good option. Trying to get through the traffic, unfortunately, was the issue for the Australians. But Alessio, and that's very good work from Kellaway. He's gotten up and he's turned it over. That's brilliant. Oh. I'm not so sure about that. Saying there's no release. I think that Andrew Kellaway's done. Oh, they're taking quickly here, by the way. Nope, they've been brought back. I think that Andrew Kellaway's been hard done by him. Very, very hard done by. What was in my shelf? I think I've taken something out of the shelf of it. Oh, my trophy is supposed to be there. That's why. Yeah. I thought Andrew Kellaway done very well there. I think that's very, very harsh against him. Let's have a look over here. It's the right option here to chip over the top from Leicester because the England defence is rushing up. Makes the really good tackle. Oh, I think that's... I would have said that's okay from a letting go point of view. I think that's quite harsh. Anyway, short to Ollie Lawrence, but that's a huge thumping tackle. 2 men getting involved there. Lenny Qatar, one of them. Big counter rack as well. And I think Angus Bell's coming out with the ball, so that's 2 turnovers, and he's still going with Angus Bell. Now Fraser McWright decides to take contact. Good work there from him. Quick ball needed here from Australia. Jake Wars does the right-hand side. Swahili, first touch of the ball. Angus Bell back to, and he's still going as Angus Bell. I told you, this guy can play. Oh, he's offside there, ref. Chandler Cunningham, thank you. The arm comes out. Oh, space. Lots of space inside. Dylan Peace now with a bit of space. Really good work this year from the Wallabies. Harry Wilson popping up. There's nobody there. Turn over the ball, go back for the penalty. Much better that from Australia. Angus Bell in the heart of it. I spoke about players who I think are really good. I mentioned Angus Bell being one of them. And I said that these players are the players that need to step up. You have a couple of those players, your senior players, your Kellaways, your Todd Wrights, your McWrights, your Angus Bells, for example. A couple of big moments from them. They step up and all of a sudden they can lift everybody else. And there are a lot of youngsters in this team that can need lifting, like the likes of a Joseph Sowali. I mean, you had a couple of nice moments. He suddenly starts thinking, oh, cool, I need to get in here. Then people lift their performance. Leicester going to take the points here, by the way. Try and make it a 2-point game this for Australia. Sean Farrell saying, I'll be surprised if Italy do something versus Argentina. I think it's going to be quite a cool game. I'm actually quite excited to watch it. So we're looking kick from Malaysia, and that should raise the flags. It does raise the flags. Right, so England reduced to a 2-point lead. Joe Schmidt standing up and watching with a bit of tea or coffee. Look, he looked like a detective in that jacket. Harry Wilson now. Much better than from Australia. 2-point game. 5 points to 3 after 10 minutes. Lalesio is going to go to the boot. Kellaway is going to give chase here. And it's very well taken. Oh, and then he runs a forward from Kellaway. There's a good contest in the air. There's no arm up here for any knock on here from the referee. It is with England. And Spencer goes to Jamie George. Pops it up short. And he makes a break. Does Currie. Spencer's going to go to the right-hand side. Options now. Marcus Smith. Holds it on. Lawrence. Pick up and go from Gage. Pops it up to Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith looking for option. Marcus Smith sees a bit of a gap. Straight through goes Marcus Smith. Steps around. Brought down by Faison McBride. 5 minutes out show England. Now Chandler Cunningham South. The try score of the first try. Just short. England have got a penalty advantage as well. Must score. Surely. Pick up and go. That's going to be short. McBride has to try and roll. Pick up and go, and is that surely over? The referee says no, short. No, held up as the call. They'll go back for the penalty. That's actually really good defence, to be fair, from Australia. They'll go back for the penalty, and England will probably take the 3, but it looked for all certain money that they were going to score. So in the end, very well scrambled. Tap and go, yeah. Genge coach coming south, and he's over for a double. That's far too easy. Far, far too easy. I'm talking about how well they were defending to then conceding a try like that. Really, really poor in the end. Got to do better than that. Genge goes short yard, and then telling himself just short. Initially, and then bang. Over he goes. And you can see how annoyed Jake Gordon is there. I think he's quite rightfully to be annoyed. He's sort of basically saying, well, we're the forwards, why is the scrum half sitting here, defending the second phase? We're having a look here, however. We are having a look. This could yet be chalked off. Could be a bit of a saviour for Australia. What are we having a look at here, lads? Does he lose possession? No. No, he doesn't. I think there was a chat to see there's a potential knock on, but nothing there. The try will stand. Yeah, no issue. There's no separation for me. He gets it over pretty comfortably, and I think the try will remain awarded. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why we look at so many different options. It's absolutely fine. Oh, see, I don't think there's any less separation there. This could have been awarded 5 minutes ago. How are we still looking at this, people? Yeah, still in control. See, as I said, this could have been a 2-minute affair. Marcus Smith, very, very good from him. And this time was a pretty easy kick, to be fair. But does raise the flags. 15 points so far in the first 13 minutes. Off to a great start. England, 2 tries. Australia, defensively not quite there. First try was really good. Second try was poor defense. And Australia now trailing by 9 points. Probably be forced to play a bit more rugby. They can concede like that as No Lesser gets things back underway. Goes to Mario Toje. And I tell you what, almost made a bit of a mess of that. In the end, he takes quite well. Bit of an awkward one with the way that ball was spiraling. Now Spencer goes into the air. And it's come back on the England side. Very good work there, but a knock-on is the call. So it was a good contest from Freeman. And they've been losing the aerial battle so far of Australia. And this is the problem, you start looking at where can they win battles. At the moment, they're not winning the aerial battle. They're not winning the physical clashes. Scrum-wise, they've been all right, Australia. We'll see another one over here. But I'd like to see Australia with trying to be a bit more expansive here. I think they've got players who can really test this England defence. Penalty England. That's a very interesting call. It looked like Australia actually had the dominance there. I think Tupou, however, has lost his footing. So I think that the call has actually come. Yeah, it is on Tupou. It's come from the side. I think Genghis Bell was fine, but this is what I said. You're not winning the aerial battle. You're not winning the physical battles. And then your scrum was one of the places where you maybe might be able to find a bit of a potential avenue back into it. But then you go to see a scrum penalty. So evidently not so either. David George at the back of that line up there. Trying to rip in the tackle. There was Kellaway. And it's been turned over. And Harry Wilson. Oh, bit of space here. Tom Wright looking to keep it in hand. Dylan Peach throws it back to Tom Wright. Very nicely worked. And a little inside ball from Dylan Peach as well. Very well. And he bounced off one. Eventually brought down by Lawrence. But between the two of them, they've gone from the side of the 22 right up to the England 22. Now Fraser McWright slightly isolated. Body just needs to take contact, but takes contact very well. Ball comes backwards though. Nothing from the referee. And Ikatar being hung on to by Ferry Wabosa. Good work this though from Australia. And that's really, that's a loose ball. And Freeman's also come away with it. Now it goes back to Freeman. Oh, is this going to be a breakaway try? Surely not. That's a great tackle. That's Joseph Salii, the youngster who makes it. Jamie George there. Pops it up to Spencer. Spencer goes to Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith looking potentially for the cross kick. No. Lawrence now. Oh, that's straight over. Surely, referee. He told you to go short to Jamie George. This Australian defence basically nowhere on the left-hand side. They've got a shift. Their numbers there. Their just numbers aren't there. It's a horrible pass, though. Marcus Smith has to go back and clean up. He's going to chip over the top and bounce into Jake Gordon. I'll tell you what, he's got a bit of space on the right and left-hand side. Long pass out wide for Dylan Peach. He's going to put it to the grabber. He's been barged out the way from by Ben Earl. It is Genges the one that gets back. Takes a while and eventually pops it up to Furback, who wants to get going. It's just so open at the moment. Both teams just kind of a bit nowhere. Now a bit more structure. Chandler Cunningham himself. And you can see the team's just tired of it, and it's been quite a long passage of play. Back to the pocket is Marcus Smith. The defense is quite long. Not too many people competing for the ball. Good work from him. No ways, Mr. F. Valentini's asking about Ollie Lawrence. He's saying that Ollie Lawrence has not rolled away, has stopped him from actually getting involved in the ruck, and then there's a penalty for holding on. I think that's poor officiating. Yeah, Dylan Peach is asking about whether he definitely gives across to run into him. This is where I'm looking at over here. Ollie Lawrence goes over, off his feet, by the way. And then he's in the round there, and Rob Valentini can't get involved because Ollie Lawrence is honestly, how is that not penalised, ref? That is absolutely dreadful. There's two potential penalties there. I think Joe Schmidt will probably be barking into the mic. Well, come on, ref, get involved, Joe. I think it could have been a penalty against Ben Earl for that. And then how that was not penalised for Ollie Lawrence. That's a good. I mean, that is so frustrating from Australia. I think there was 2 penalties in there for them. Instead, they're going to be another 3 points behind. Ed Sheeran is there of all people watching on. Sing us a song, Ed. Sing us a song. He told you with the restart once again. Looking for more. England off the kickoff. Once is the call, Spencer going to have to use this right up against the touchline. It's gone high in the air, but not gone particularly far. And it looks like it's knocked on from Tom Wright back to England. Marcus Smith now seeing a bit of space on the right-hand side. Looking for that 50-22. That's going to hold up, though, for Nola Alessio. And Wright will have a bit of time to try and find a decent clearance. Not a terrible one. Not a bad clearance from Wright. In the end, a decent exit. Very both. I think it will potentially go off there. Seems a bit of a time off. It looks like it will continue, though. No, Freeman's actually coming off. Nobody seems to really know what's going on here. Nobody seems to know he's actually injured yet. This is ridiculous. This is a tactical change. This is his injury. What is going on here, chaps? No, Ferrobosa's going off. For an HIA. Yeah, I'm very confused. How do you not know who's going off for an HIA, people? That was bizarre. Anyway, Ollie Slaterham is on. After all that. And that's gone loose, and Joseph Suolidi's come away with it. Pops it up to Andrew Kellaway's getting involved. Still goes Andrew Kellaway. And a lot of England traffic, almost up to the 22 here, Australia. Looks like Frost has wanted. Yeah, and he pops it up to Alessio, not the best pass to him. He's slightly isolated here as well. And they've done well to secure that. Now it's near the Tupou. Now Harry Wilson, the captain. Trying to find someone to get over the advantage line. Alessio. Caught on the ball here. Now Matt Fazer comes back on the inside. Oh, it's Angus Bell. Oh, boom, sit down, he says to Currie. Goodness me, it's a big kid. Rob Valentini picked up and go. Need more moments like that. Bit of a juggle, but holds on well eventually, does Williams. Now Angus Bell, once again, he's been full of carrying today. Now Tupou. He bounces off George Martin, makes a yard or two. Much better this from Australia. Ikatsar. Rob Valentini. He drops the shoulder and sits down Currie as well. Currie, by the way, is down, and that's HIA referee. He actually looks down at him, and apparently he looks fine. Yeah, I was about to say, he's not moving. Tom Currie has not moved after that hit on Valentini. What's really poor is the referee looked down at him and was like, oh, no, he's fine. I mean, you could see clearly the way he fell, the way he wasn't moving, he was out. Out for the count. Little dog. That's going to be an HIA for Tom Currie. There's no way he's going to be able to continue after that. But cheapest me, I want to go. I mean, two massive hits. First of all, he got sat down by Angus Bell, and then Rob Valentini just run over him. Just looking at that the turnover here. Marcus Smith inside chip over the top. I know. Looking at the try here. Chandler Cunningham Smart South. 2 tries to his name. 2 decent tries as well. Steve Borthwick having a bit of a laugh in the stands there. He's looking very comfortable. Life's always more comfortable when you're winning, isn't it? Still a bit of break and play. I haven't actually watched the replay on Tom Currie, but I don't see him continue at this. Alex Donbrandt is, he's going to go off on a stretch here, as Tom Currie. So a bit of a break and play. So far, 18 points in this first half. I'd like to see another try. Desperately trying to get up to that 43.5 mark. That's where the money's on. He is going to be able to walk off here is Tom Currie. I think it'll be the end of his game. I mean, he was off pretty much cold. He has the hit there. Gets himself in a terrible position. Drops his head there. And just bang. Oh, I think it's actually there. He goes back in the back of his head. Hits the knee of one of his players, or the arriving players. I think that's actually more the issue than the initial contact. Either way, that will be the end of Tom Currie's game. 2 players already off here for England. Faye Bosa's off for an HIA. Tom Currie also for HIA. I don't see him returning. I do think Faye Bosa might yet return, to be fair. He ran off and looked pretty all right. Ball over the top. That's nicely worked from and Tom Wright gets away from one. Just outside 22 year Australia. Penny advantage now for Australia. Free roll of the dice. What can they conjure up? Valencia. Ikatar pops it up. Good work that. Oh, and that's great hands there. Dylan Peace comes back inside. Not sure who it was. He just slapped the ball along. But it was really well done. Now Tupou. Good momentum this year from Australia. Still penalty advantage. Fraser McBride. Inside ball to Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson working hard for the tackle of Jamie George. Showing courage. Jake Gordon almost burst straight through the middle. Ooh, Rob Valentini, bit of a shuffle, but Matt Faisler working hard in the tackle. Just give it to Angus Bell. When in doubt, give it to Angus Bell. They're going to go back for the penalty. And I think Australia should be a bit of brave here and go for the corner here. I still can't get over the fact I'm watching somebody making their rugby union debut in a test match. It is absolutely mental. Imagine you never played a professional rugby game in your life and you're doing that in the... hello. And you're doing it for your country. They're dogs. I mean, licked to death over here. Right, here we go. Match phase up. We'll feed the ball into the line out. No, man. No, man, dog. Could you not? And so the sack is good, apparently, from England. It gets out. Bit of space. And Wright's going to go into the corner. Much better that from the Wallabies. They've been threatening all game. And they finally managed to do it. And it's the ball over. I think it's actually an assist from Joseph Soli. It is indeed. So the youngster getting himself on the mark here. It's really good work there. Just draw a couple of members there and ball over the top. Tom Rice with so much space in it. And a couple of new players who haven't been on for very long. Not quite in position as Ollie Slater. And that's a really good kick from Nolis here. It is going to be good, though. And Australia all of a sudden put themselves back in it. And they make it a 5-point game. And there's so much space on the left and right hand side. Where's the wing there? It's Ollie Slater. I mean, he's going to the centre. Yeah, Furbank comes out. I can't believe there's so much space. Absolutely bizarre. Right, 10 points to 15. Good take from Nick Frost off the kickoff there. And 30 minutes left in the half. It's good hands once again from Australia. Then they're hit to behind and then knocked on by England. I think 2 knock-ons there. I think it will be an England ball. It will be a England scrum. Yeah, I'll try to run outside of 22 Australia. Being brave, you see in our favourite boast, it's not going to come back on, by the way. So that's 2 early substitutions from England that won't be coming back on. Because I'll be very surprised if we see Tom Currie come back. So Favour Bosa off, Tom Currie off. Evan's saying, so no Currie versus Mongie next week. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks... Well, it could still be, but it'll probably be Ben Currie, not Tom. Kind of removes the entire grudge match thing, doesn't it? We're going to have a reset scrum here. Still England feed. Straight down, penalty England. That's frustrating from Australian perspective. They've actually been dominating the last 5-10 minutes. You can see a penalty there. I imagine Marcus Smith will say, thank you very much, take the 3, get themselves 8 points ahead. They've lost 2 players in the last few minutes and under a bit of pressure. Best thing to do there is just kick 3 points. get the scoreboard ticking, and off you go. Get back to business and restart. Yep, and that is the call. The T has come back on for the field for Marcus Smith. No, Faribault, so it looks like he actually might be coming on. Initially, he was grabbing his jacket. Now he's up and passing the ball, so it looks like he'll come back on. Yeah, no issues there for Marcus Smith. He raises the flags and another 3 points. So 18 points to 10 now with 10 minutes left in the first half. Right, the restart back down the right side. Looking for quite low. And I'll tell you what, they've disrupted and turned over the ball they have Australia. That's a really good kick-off. They've been trying that all game. They get it right on this occasion. A massive counter right there. Tupou should never picked up and go. That's really silly from him. Now Marcus Smith just stepping inside of a bit of pressure. Eventually gets the kick away. Tom Wright now with a bit of space. What's he going to do? He wants to run it. Goes inside. Dylan Peace gets brought down by Alex Dombo from the looks of it. Ball available there for Jake Gordon. He's got a nasty gash in his face. That'll have to be looked at the next break of play. This you go short to Tupou. Good work though from the tight head. Ball ripping the tackle though, but Australia do hang on to it. And then the ball comes, I was about to a couple of knock-ons there, and they're going to have to, cheap as me. Jake Gordon, I don't know if it's a broken nose or was a cut above the nose there, but he's full of blood, is Jake Gordon. Yeah, it's a really good chase there. Up he goes. And just, it's here, by the way. So the youngster, he goes up. But this was the issue here. Trying to work out where he got cut here to Jake Gordon. Silly though from Tupou. Should never have picked up and go. That was what just completely broke that. And he's going to have to go off and get that sort of tech. McDermott's going to come onto the park. Go get a couple of stitches there with Jake Gordon. Step over here. Right, here you go, match phase done. Feed the ball to a line out. They make dog. Could you not? And so the sack is good. And it's a big scrum. They're going to have to reset there. The Australians can't understand why they haven't been awarded a penalty. I don't know. And they got a free kick here, by the way. I think something was said. Rob Valentini's going to go off. Make it a few yards. Good work that from him. He's not hanging around just Rob Valentini. And he almost gets through this Tate McDermott. People going out from Harry Wilson. Australia always looking pretty dangerous when they get into this sort of situation. Penalty advantage for them as well. Tupou wants it. Tupou gets it, and he's thrown the ball. But on the bounce goes Len Ikitau. After the 22, Tate McDermott looking for options. Tate McDermott goes straight through. Can he go all the way? Pops it up to Harry Wilson, who's going to go over. That is brilliant from Australia. Good awareness, good intensity. And bang, they go over and respond. This game is yet alive. They can go within should go within 2 points. Rob Valentini, very aware there, and then the way they use the space, very impressive. And you can just see Tate McDermott, bang, straight through the gap. No, he doesn't have quite. He actually has a bit of a slip there. To be honest, I think he probably could have gone all the way. Marcus Smith was trying to tackle him, but then just pops it up to Harry Wilson, the captain. He goes over, no issues whatsoever. And Alessio now can kick to make this a 1-point game. And he does just that, right? 18 points to 17. I mean, we talked about the fact that the only thing that was going to stop England from winning this game was a lack of intensity. And sometimes it has looked exactly like that. Sometimes I think they've taken this game quite lightly. And when they have sort of been caught napping, Australia have really made it count. Deep restart now. The guitar underneath it. Tate McDermott will set up another ruck here through Nick Frost. Right, and Ollie Slater is back on, by the way, because Ollie Lawrence is now off, so that's another HIA. So England players dropping like flies. With just under 5 minutes left to go. Right, ball at the top to Warrior Toje. Sure, Mark Smith goes flat to Ben Earl in the midfield. We often take some residence under Steve Borthwick. Mark Smith like looking for options. Almost knocks on his fullback. Now it goes to Ollie Slater. He sets back inside. Still in possession. English outside 22. Right hand side. They go to George Martin this time. Need to be in discipline, Jack, in Australia. Can't afford to give away a silly penalty or anything like that. Freeman. Now Chanley Cunningham himself. 2 tries to his name so far in this half. Will Stewart now goes direct. Freeman to Tupou on trying to 9 phases now from England. Long pass out wide towards Ben Earl. So that's Slater, but he kicks it ahead. That's far too far. It's going to go all the way. It'll be a scrum back where he kicked it. That's good defence, though, from Australia. Really good defence. Good discipline as well. Not to concede a penalty or anything like that, because it could have been quite easy to try and overcommit it at a ruck and try. Well, he's even got blood nose to Ollie Slater. These English players are not having a good time in this first half. There's the right option, though. He goes plenty of space to Slater. I think probably chip over the top probably would have been the better option there. He's hammered that onto the boot. And there's no chance he's ever catching up to that. Two and a half minutes left. 1 point in the game. I tell you what, I think Australia will be very, very happy they get to half time with this this deficit. They're deserved as well. They've looked really. I said, you know, when they're looking to attack and they use the space, they've got. I mean, I think Dylan Peach, by the way, has had a really nice game. And I tell you what, early days, but I'm liking the look of Joseph Suaalii. Can see why he's been given the chance. I mean, I don't think he's been phenomenal, for example, but there's a couple of small sort of interventions he's had. Referee, they're pushing before the ball. There is the free kick, and Tate McDermott, yep, he says, no, kick this down. Let's calm this thing down. 90 seconds left on the clock for the first half. No need to rush. Right call there from Tate McDermott. And they lift it high into the air. And slide home. Oh, yeah, that's a penalty from blocking. We saw that penalised a lot last night. And remaining quite consistent are the referees. Andrew Kellaway blocked that time. Doesn't change his line. You can just see, I think, Chandler Cunningham himself just drifts inside. And all of a sudden, Australia could actually have a late opportunity to score some points. Right, they do find touch. They'll have a line out by the 22. Australia, tell you what, they score now. They can go to halftime with a lead, which I don't think too many people would have predicted. Good line at that. Fraser McGrath pops it up to Rob Valentini. Bounces off Jamie George. Good carry this from Rob Valentini. Ball available for Tate McDermott. Frost. Good work from him. Fraser McGrath. Fraser McGrath makes a bit of a break. McDermott wants to work down the right. So a bit of a snipe and almost gets through once again. McDermott's actually added quite a lot so far since coming in. Now Harry Wilson, the try scorer, goes direct. Big defence needed now from England. The clock goes red. 6 phases here from Australia. Big counter coming from England, but Australia do well to retain possession. Rob Valentini pops it up. Good work from Harry Wilson gets the hands through. And there's Joseph Sirleeti. Pick up and go now. And Angus Bell looking for a bit of a run up. Angus Bell gets away from Don Brandt. He's been so good. Still got his Angus Bell. He's been so good this half. Penalty advantage as well. 3 points guaranteed here for Australia. But can they win even more? 2-2 with a bit of space. Oh, the handling, but just forward from Valentini. Tom Wright thought he was over, but no issues there. They'll go back for the penalty. It'll be an easy 3 points. And Harry Wilson, I'm sure, will say thank you very much. We'll level things up and go into it with the lead. I don't think too many people would have called Australia leading at half-time against England, and they've deserved it as well. So in theory, barring a really bad kick, 20 points to 18 is how the halftime score will look. Tupou here, so that's the offload off the ground. Sure, I tell you what. I think that could have been played. I think they could have looked at it, actually. I think if they'd allowed that and gone back to look, I think that's actually potentially gone backwards. I think Australia might have been robbed to try there. And no issues whatsoever from Lotus here. So Australia take a very unexpected lead just for half time. 20 points to 18. They played well. England now started like a house on fire. 2 early tries. But since then, Australia have very much been worth their mettle. We'll have to see what happens at full time after the break. But people don't go away. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll see you in a bit. Right, and we're back for the second half with Australia leading England 20 points to 18 with 40 minutes to go. Very, very interesting game. We've got 3 substitutions for England. And I think that actually looks like another one. That doesn't look like... No, it is Fencer. I was about to say, have we had another change here? But England falling like flies a little bit. Alex Dombrandt on, Ollie Slater on. Although it looks like Ollie Lawrence is back on the park, as does Ferry Robosa. So just Tom Currie, who has remained off after those HIAs, as Ben Spencer goes to the boot. And back to challenge himself, by the way. He scored 2 tries in that first half. And England at one stage looked, they were absolutely flying. Now George Martin. It is Genge. Lined up well by the Australians, going through 7 phases so far, England. George Martin once again. Tupper continues to try to get over the breakdown there. Ollie Lawrence now back on the park. 9 phases now. Marcus Smith. Furbank now. Good tackle that on Freeman. And turnover ball now for Australia. As Harry Wilson takes him into contact. So 10 phases, nothing coming yet. Good defense that from Australia now. All the way back to Tom Wright, who hammers it downfield. Not looking for touch. Just turning Marcus Smith. He goes on the right hand side to Ollie Lawrence. So Ferry Bosa actually. Now Marcus Smith. Let's it in the air. Well taken by Odysseus. I'm not entirely sure he was down. The referee says fine. That's it's knocked on, so they get away with it. Rob Valentini goes to the right, and Kellaway kicks to the head. Not a worst idea. It was Eddie Genge looking after it, and eventually it finds into touch just shy of the halfway line. Not the worst result that for Australia, but frustrating period for England. It's a terrible line from England all over the top. It's not in 2 bags. I think it's Mark Smith managed to get there first. No, in fact, it's... who was that actually got there in the end? I think it was Henry Slade. Now Spencer goes to the boot. Pretty deep. That should be marked, but it is marked by Lodesia. Pretty poor kick in the end. Lodesia now looking for a bit of distance. Tom Wright now. He always looks to try and run as Tom Wright. And this is why. Bit of space here. Ball over the top. Tom Wright's bit of a chase between him and Marcus Smith. And the ball to the ball. Marcus Smith gets back, but Fraser McWright's there. Big counter-attack coming from Australia. Huge counter-attack coming from Australia. Can they get the ball back? Desperately trying to get the ball back. Surely that's hands on the rack there, ref. How that ball's got all the way back. About 5-10 meters. No apparent hands in the ruck though. It's amazing that England managed to keep that. Earl now on their 5-meter line. And they do make clearance. That's really good work from Tom Wright. Was Marcus Smith, who was absolutely manhandled earlier on. And this is right. Bang, steps in front of Earl. Bang, steps away from Channing Cunningham himself. And off he goes. Wilson does very well. He actually probably almost should have gone to Wilson. If he'd gone with the pass there, I think that could have been, the try could have been on. Marcus Smith does very well to get back. I just don't understand how they don't manage to get this ball back. The huge counter coming. And there goes Snell Tupper. Decent game from him. Much, much better. Is it a advantage? I'm not sure it's a knock on. Jake Gordon, by the way, has had that gash before half time, but he's back on and looking all good. Although I thought Tate Majerme added quite a lot to the game when he came on. And Rob Valentini now. Australia really with their tails up at the moment. Now chip over the top. And Soli. Oh, the hands there from the youngster. And that's right with the hands. Now let's see with the cross kick towards Kedaway, who's got a lot of to do. He needs to try and drift inside here and try and find a bit of support. Gets away from Marcus Smith. Now Australia playing with a bit of flair all of a sudden. Inside ball to Fraser McWright. Nah, man, come on, Mr. Ref. There's lazy rolling here. Jake Gordon prevented from getting to the ruck there. You could see a shake of his head. He's annoyed by that. But I tell you what, the youngster Sali'i, such a good touch. Little ball chip over the top in the air. Little pop back down. Looks a really intelligent player. And he's got all. Oh, I tell you what, I think that's been charged down actually. I think that'll be an England line out. Having another look at this here. A little chip over the top was such good work. And as he gets there, bang, just pops it to Tom Wright. Oh, so good. So good. Right, there's a Wallabies line. Ball to the top to Valentini and it's go over the top. Who's going to arrive first? It's actually Jamie George. Another poor line in the game. This time for Australia. I'm going to open another beer. It's quite warm. Right, Spencer goes to the boot. Lifts it high in the air. A couple of chases there. Jamie George is circling, as is Freeman. Like, no Australians whatsoever. Eventually, Andrew Kellaway gets involved. It falls back to Alex Domper. Really poor work that from Wallabies, though. Just no contest whatsoever for that kick. That's a really well way to kick. Tom Wright does very well, though. Big counter coming from England. Big counter coming from England. And they have turned the ball over. Dombrand there with the turnover. Then Spencer caught on the ball. Backwards is the call, though, from the referee. Big up and going up from Will Stewart. Rob Valentini trying to get his hands on the ball. See very little of Fraser McWright at the breakdown. Spilled forward down from England. Now a bit of space on the left-hand side of Australia if they want to use it. They're going to go to the butcher. Nobody back is the call. Well, I'll tell you what, where is that ball going to roll back? Having to go all the way back here is Freeman. Going to be under a bit of pressure. Needs to find a good kick and does find touch, but it's not a great kick. That's a replacement, by the way, that looks like from Australia. I think that Max Jorgensen is on. He is indeed for Dylan Peach. That's a surprise substitution, unless Peach must have picked up an injury. I thought he had a really good game. Great can play one of the England. I think it's Chaddy Cunningham himself receiving a bit of treatment. Right, Wallabies, the large outside 22. They go to the front, though. Bit of a pre-planned move. Matt Fraser with a space. They've managed to find 10 meters from that. Good work that from the Wallabies. Now Frost. Nice solo carry from him. Good momentum this year. And Alato has just come on. Initially a pretty good hit, but he makes a yard or two. Gordon pops up to Valentini. Valentini looking for a bit of space. Gets away from George Martin. Pops it up. Good hands. Good hands. Comes back aside as Frost. Very nice work from the number 4. Now Angus Bro almost through. Places one as well. Gordon goes sharp. Fraser right up against the touchline. Oh, I tell you what. Has he gotten it down? Jeremy Williams might have scored another try here. The try has been awarded. They're going to have another check, I reckon. Right up against the touchline. I think he just absorbed the hit and managed to use his long arms to slam it down. Right, let's have a look. Let's check this out on the right hand side there. Bang. I tell you what, I think he's done very well. Yeah. His left leg goes into the air. Oh, I tell you, this is going to be a difficult one to try and call. I think his foot's in touch. I think this is going to get chalked out. It's a phenomenal effort, but I think he's actually going to touch it. That reverse angle, they're all going to look at it now. And I think he's in touch. Yeah, I think he's in touch, yeah. His ball's not down yet. His foot's in touch. Oh, that angle is difficult. This angle is also 50-50. Yeah, I think it's going to get chalked off, to be honest. Oh, come on, guys. We need to make a call here. Regardless of what the call is, you can't be taking this long to make a decision. Now, his foot's in touch there. I think he's out. My gut says he's out. Regardless of what the decision is, we've got to take long. We can't take this long for TMO checks. This has now almost been about 4 or 5 minutes. We've got to be more decisive. We've got to look at how many angles got to make a decision. We cannot replay. You've seen it, guys. Come on. It needs to be a limit here. Just like the shot clock, there needs to actually be a bit of a limit on TMO checks. This can't take this long. This has actually it's actually been rewarded after all that. Well, they said no inconclusive evidence, so I suppose they had to find evidence to overturn it. By the way, Fairway Boaster stayed down. So Australia will have the try. It's just going on the left-hand side from Lodesio, but a 7-point advantage there for Australia. What are the points? Does that sort my bets out, Chair? 18 points to 25. That's 35, 43. Yeah, that should be at 1, surely. Am I missing something here? That's 43 points. And I said 43.5. Ah, come on, man. We're half a point behind. Right, Duke Khan Dickey, by the way, makes his England return. Been a long time since we've seen him. I mean, he was playing for the British Lions back in the 2021 tour. A couple of injuries and has found a long way back to the England setup. Tom Wright. Oh, jeepers, always looking for it around. It's Tom Wright. And he's still going, it's Tom Wright. Inside ball, Lola Seo. Call for the kick there to the right. Fraser McWright is putting his arms down, as is Jorgensen, and the ball is left behind. Fraser McWright is there first. Surely that's not rolling. Surely that's not rolling, ref. And Australia 5 meters out once again. This is incredible. Rob Vanatini pick up and go. Fraser McWright just in front. Get yourself down, get yourself down. They're trying to hold him up. No, that's silly by Australia. But they had a penalty advantage, so it doesn't matter in the end. And some popcorn here as we wait and see what the decision's going to be. I'll tell you what, on a different day, that ball bounces to Max Jorgensen and Australia go over for another try. But it's Tom Wright. Every time he's got the ball, he looks like something's going to make something happen. Right, 28 points to 18, taking the 3 points. 10-point lead now for Australia. I'll tell you what a win this would be. What a win this would be. Right now, England have to respond. 25 minutes left, 10 points behind, and looking very, very second rate at the moment. Penalty advantage now for England as they try and find their way back into the game. Barker Smith almost finding half a gap. Back for the penalty, they do go. Ryan Snowman saying Australia looking really hot at the moment. Correct. Where's this Australia been? What did I say at the beginning of the game? I said I want to see something. Give me some hope, for the British Lions series next year. And hope is exactly what Australia have given the tour, because they have done really, really well today and looked really, really good. That penalty, by the way, gives me half my bet win. So that's good news. So good times, good times. Interesting decision over here. England have gone for the line, by the way, not going for points, which, if Australia can defend this well, would be huge for them. Marcus Smith dabs it through, and this will be a try. That's great work. Great work. England respond as Slater goes over. All credit for Marcus Smith. Great, great grab. And that's how things can just change in an instant. Ollie Slater, well, he was struggling in the first half a bit defensively, but now he's got to try. You can just see they just switch the angle here. Marcus Smith on the left-hand side, nobody in behind, and the ball just perfectly sets up for Ollie Slater, who's got, I mean, there's no chance. By the time everybody else has to try and turn, Andrew Kellaway and the likes have got no chance. Bounce on the ball is perfect for him. He goes over. Game back alive. And Marcus Smith, an important kick this, and he's going to miss it, I think. He's going to slide to the left-hand side, so it'll remain a 5-point game. That was a big kick, important kick for Marcus Smith to get, which he didn't. Big celebration there coming from Marcus Smith. Right, down the right-hand side goes Lucia. And once again, Soli is there to try and compete for it. Now Spencer at the back, a sweet home swinging low, sweet chariot. Echoes around Twickenham. Tom Wright under the ball. He's been really good today. Jake Gordon goes to Lucio. Long pass out wide to the youngster who, I tell you, there it is. And this is why he's so exciting. Well, actually, I think, having said that, it might have actually been Lenny Qatar. I'm trying to actually work out who it is. Rob Mancini, anyway, gets it all to do. Fraser McWright. And, oh, jeepers, a bit of a juggle there for Max Jorgensen, but still with Fraser McWright now. And penalty for Australia, I think. A neck roll is the call. That's a big call. That's annoying from Australia perspective. Yeah, it's Lenny Qatar actually with the initial break. It was really good work from him. Yeah, that fumble from actually August. If he hadn't fumbled that, I think it might have been a bit of a better position to try and drop a shoulder on Marcus Smith. But penalty to England. This game's on an absolute knife edge. Lucan Dicking, I think he's looking for a towel or something here. Right, a couple of subs coming on for Australia. Somebody who I've not been very impressed with early on in his career is the Brandon Pangamosa. Isikwe, by the way, is going to replace George Martin, not a partner. And it looks like I think it's Lakan Sadakai Loto is going to come on for Australia as well. Well, Matt Fraser has a decent game, to be fair. And Jeremy Williams is replaced by Sadakai Loto. right, flat from Mark Smith at the line. He goes to the boot. It's pretty far. Don't think this will be contestable. And potentially even almost out. Does pretty well. That is Alicia. And that ball's going to go out. I think no fact that turned over from Cunningham South. Pick up and go from Luke Cowan. Sorry, Will Stewart rather. Putting in a big shift here is the tight head. Opportunity here for England. And that ball bounces and Ellis Genge comes away with it. He's got up to full tilt. And that's a pretty poor pass. As Don Brandt looks back to Genge. Not very happy with the pass there was as Don Brandt. And Genge knows he needs to do better than that. That's very, very messy, but eventually Ben Earl comes away with it. But penalty now at the breakdown for Australia, who don't need to do a lot of the playing over here. George Ford not coming on. Right, well, last week he couldn't get over the line. Can he potentially now guide to England to a win this week? Right, big changes here. Randall for Spencer. Ford for Furbank. So Mark Smith will go to full back. Genge as well being replaced. I think it's a knock-on advantage here for England. Ben Earl now takes into contact. Oh, he's been taken on the air, has he not? A penalty to England, actually, is the call. I think it's for taking out the man, the chaser, which they have been calling a lot this weekend. I'll be interested to see if it gets called in tomorrow as well. Sala Carlotta, who's just changed his light. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty blatant, to be honest. Right, so big decision time now for England. I mean, they're 5 points behind, still 17 minutes to play. I personally would say take the points. That would be my suggestion. Contenders say Australia was playing better when McDermott was on. When Gordon had been on, this time has allowed England to come back. I'm not sure I'd agree on that. They did score a try. Should have probably scored a second, to be fair, on Jake Gordon. But McDermott is back on, though. But I do agree that McDermott added a lot. I don't think England coming back is necessarily down to Jake Gordon, though. But McDermott is on. Interesting to see how he goes. Now, big rolling more coming here from England. Big more pressure. Ollie Lawrence in the midfield. And he knocks that forward. So turnover ball here for Australia. McDermott on it. At the bottom of the rack here. So someone's going to have to finish the scrum off. And McDermott's eventually after the back of the bottom of the rack. Pops it up to his captain, Harry Wilson. England's desperately trying to win a penalty on the ground. Barnage over. Now Freeman down the left-hand side. Good tackle from Tom Wright. Now Smith back inside. Big tackle coming on him. Need to remain disciplined here, do England. And ball stop play here. So Harry Wilson's getting a bit of attention, slowing things down. Could be another HIA here. We've had a lot of them. It was a big tackle on Mario Toje from Harry Wilson, and he went straight down. You can just see when the arms kind of flap like that. It's not a good look. Do. Big scrum here for England. Big opportunity, and it's popped up. Of course, it's popped up. All right, here we go. Scrum time now. Randall eventually feeds. Pedro slips on the right-hand side. Valentini trying to get across. Still him right against the touchline, and very, very well defended by Australia. Very, very good work. 14 minutes left in the game. 5 points, sleepers. This could go anyway. Right, Valentini into the midfield. They're just creating a bit of an angle here for Tate McDermott to give it back. About to go back to Lota, I think it was there. Just taking his time here, Tate McDermott. He's going to try and find touch himself. And it's allowed to bounce. They'll take it quickly here, England. And Marcus Smith finds a bit of space. Marcus Smith looking for options. Ball at the top to Ollie Lawrence. Good tackle coming from Andrew Kellaway. That quick ball here from Harry Randall. A lot of space on the left-hand side. Dombrandt goes to Slaytop in the corner. And England back in the lead. Well, actually, they'll level things. I'll take it all back. They level. England back level after Dombrandt goes into the corner. And you can just see it's a numbers issue here. Just drawing past there and then so much space. As soon as Marcus Smith made that initial break, the Australian defence is just nowhere. Everyone's backtracking. It's a half sack coming from Suali'i on Ollie Lawrence. And that's a much better kick this time for Marcus Smith. They do take the lead. Important kick that for Marcus Smith. Well, we're in for a bit of an interesting finish now with England back in front by 2 points. Now Randall goes to the boot. And Toe goes to take McDermott. Long pass out wide. And he ducks out of it, actually, does Lenny Catal. Bit of space for Jorgensen, looking for options. McDermott goes back and Lucio decides not actually to kick it. Not sure it's the best option for him. Now the left-hand side goes Nelikai Soto. Marcus Smith now, a bit of a side step to get away from Jorgensen. And all of a sudden, England in control. Don't have to push anything too much. Right, here comes James Slipper. I'll tell you what, Angus Bell, what a game he had. Absolutely brilliant. Quasi saying, how do you rate Marcus? I think he's got tremendous talent. I think he's going to go very, very far. I think there's a lot to learn. I think he's... is he going to win England a World Cup final tomorrow? Probably not. Could he win them in 2027? Yeah, probably. And that's why you've got to give him all the opportunity you can. Do 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 do. It's a slipper for Bar. There goes an Aussie chance of it. Well, I mean, look, I think Angus Bar was playing well. Yeah, I have just put on their all-time most capped player. So, not to say the slipper's bad. Different kind of player, to be fair. I understand what you're saying, but I think Bar was fair, to be fair. When a Lucians plays 70 minutes, they often don't have much left on the tank. And we have another put it over here. James Slipper looking pretty good in that scrum, to be fair. If he goes and wins the penalty, then that'll be good retribution for him. Big scrum that, but no penalty advantage coming from the referee. So down the right side, England go. Chip over the top from forward. Nobody in behind. It's a good, clever kick from him, actually. Jorgensen goes back. Tom Wright gets away from one. Fires it out to McDermott. Now they go to the boot. It's a good kick, actually. It's a great kick. As it holds up just inside the 22 as forward goes inside to Marcus Smith. He wants to run yet as Marcus Smith. Into a bit of traffic, eventually brought down the 10-meter line. Now Randall. A ball in the air, and it's knocked on yet from England. Turnover ball here for Australia back inside their own half. Andrew Killaway. Ball available here for Tate McDermott. Now forward. And a bit of pressure there from Australia inside his own half. England just need to navigate the final 7 minutes and they'll have survived what was almost a very embarrassing loss. Right, and the turnover ball for England and this deep kick into Australia, who are all the way back inside their 22. Long way to go for Australia, but still plenty of time. No need to panic just yet. Well taken, that. See a couple of small things there. A good take, a couple of good carries. The crowd's in full voice. And now Randall's going to go back to the boot. Has been charged down, though, by Sadakar Loto. Good work from him. It'll be an England line out, though, still. So things will just stop for a little bit. 6 minutes left to go. Now, it's good work, actually. Good pressure on the scrum off. Hello, Mario. I hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. And remind tomorrow, please join us for South Africa versus Scotland. It's going to be an absolute epic encounter. Looking forward to seeing everybody on the stream. Looking forward to seeing what the two teams can produce for us. Right, after a bit of break and play, we're finally ready for the line out. Boy at the top, good line for England. For the Ronnie Moore, trying to eat up a little bit of time. Now in the midfield. Oh, it's a great pass and forward, but Ollie Lawrence is missing. Now Andrew Killaway, has he got the pace? I tell you what, I think he does. He's going to go over. Oh my goodness, he's done it. Well, I tell you what, George Ford, is this his fault? Has he lost another one for England? It was such a good wraparound. If that ball goes to hand, I think England go over, but the counter-attack from Andrew Killaway is absolutely superb. And Australia take the lead with 5 minutes to go. Goodness me. Oh, it's Lawrence. Lawrence has to take that. I don't think you can put that on forward. So good though from Andrew Killaway. Just slightly behind Lawrence maybe, but jeepers, on it like a flash with Killaway. And then he does so well. He's got 3 players around him. He just starts weaving in and out, trying to buy him a little bit of time. The arm goes up when he knows he's about to score. Over he goes. 3 points the lead with less than 5 minutes on the clock and a kick to come. And Donaldson's on the park, and that's good from him. So 35 points to 30 now. They go short. England trying to win it back, and they do win it back. Freeman wins it off the kickoff. So England back with possession. A penalty not enough, though. They've got to try and find a try in the last 4 minutes. Less than 4 minutes. Ball in behind. There's a lot of space over there. Tom Wright's coming across. And he just has to take it down. It'll be a 5-meter scrum for England. No other option there from Tom Wright. Scrum for England with 3.5 minutes left. Good kicking behind there from Ford. No other option there from Tom Wright. That's actually Marcus Smith who's put the kick in. Wondered if it was worth actually having a kick there from Tom Wright. Well, whatever the result is, Australia have announced themselves as a team that can compete. And that's the main thing ahead of next year. Look, I don't think they're going to win next year at all, but you just can't have it be a one-sided affair. Ben Earl comes off the side. Fraser McWright has actually ripped in contact, but knocked it on in the process. I don't know if there's a knock-on advantage. I think there's no knock advantage, but either way, England's still a bit with possession. Has they lost it forward there, though? Yeah, we got a penalty advantage, though. Penalty's not enough. Penalty's not enough. They need to convert a try to win this. Another penalty for on the offside, and try England! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, what a thriller this has been. 35-35. Mori Itoje stands up. And Australia absolutely... I mean, Tom Wright, what were you doing? Had to kick it for me. Had to kick it. Doesn't. They get a scrum. Then Fraser McWright rips the ball in the tackle so well. Loses it forward. Ooh, I tell you what, though. Tell you what. I wonder if Randall doesn't actually knock this on over there. He tries to pick up the ball. Well, they're not looking at it. Ooh, dear. That could be a bit controversial. Right, Marcus Smith, by the way, is going to take this. It's a pretty straightforward kick. In theory, shouldn't miss it. He jeepers, I'll tell you what, he didn't give himself much room. England take the lead with 2 points with 60 seconds to go. Australia going to have to go short. I mean, it's like Australia didn't want to win, to be honest. I don't know how they've potentially lost this game. They go short. And Itoje loses it. Forwards, they will have a scrum. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. Well, if there's ever a time for a scrum penalty, this would be it. This would be it. I tell you what, Marcus Smith was not... He was not far away from missing that. Australia haven't really won a scrum properly all game, so I'd be surprised if they find a penalty here. But if they were to find a penalty, very much in Ben Donaldson's range. And what a kick you'd have to try and win the game. Do they have it in them? Oh, another reset. Down is the call. Down is the call. Alatoa is looking at the ref. Dan Cole's gone down. Referee says no penalty though. We have a reset. Oh, big moments this. Big moments, yeah. Could you imagine Australia get a scrum penalty, their first scrum penalty of the game in the 82nd minute? And they use it. And it gets out. Cannot make a mistake now in England. McDermott. Gleeson. England, I told you he's got told to leave it though. Australia do have possession. 82 minutes. Pick up and go from Alatoa. Cole on it, but the ball spilled out the back. Knock-on advantage here from Tate McDermott. I don't know if it's a penalty advantage or knock-on advantage. I think it's just a knock-on advantage. Pick up and go from Salakai Loto. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Not even my two teams, but this is wild. McDermott out. Gleeson. One mistake from England, and they've let this one go. And they're just keeping it tight to Australia, hoping that England are going to shoot up too quickly or go off their feet at the breakdown or something. Rob Valentini. Another good game from him today. Good hands on the left-hand side. Iketar gives it away to Jorgensen. Jorgensen's going to go over. Australia have snatched it at the death. Oh my goodness me. That is wild. They've done it. They have done it. That is absolutely incredible. I've changed my headline of my of my review like 4 times, and Australia have scored in the 84th minute to win the game. They dared to go wide. They dared to believe throughout the game, and that is phenomenal. Well, Australia have firmly shown that there is fight there, that they're not going to go down. This is the kind of performance you've been waiting for from Australia. And the hands, and then the draw and pass. I think it's a chicken wing pass as well. And then nobody ahead, and Jorgensen dives in the corner. Then it gets out, draws in Marcus Smith, and puts out the chicken wing pass. That's so good from Australia. That is phenomenal. The kick to come, not that it matters, but it is good. And final score will be 43 points to 37. England go down once again. People, what a game that's been. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you guys all tomorrow for what we can only hope is a game with as much action as this. Absolute mental scenes over at Twickenham. And final score, England go down to Australia. Australia finally get the big win they've been looking for under Joe Schmidt. Massive performance from them. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well.